Well, let's bring in Briggs, a human rights and environmentalist activist, to speak about the hike in fuel prices more, and also to look at the controversial water resources bill that has been proposed or brought back into the 9th National Assembly. Mrs. Briggs, many thanks for joining us on Newsday today. It's great to have you on the show again. I know we just spoke about the pump price of petrol going up, and we are going to discuss that, but I think we should start off with the water resources bill and take that topic. Let's get your reaction to the reintroduction of this bill into the 9th National Assembly, simply put, giving the federal government all control of all of the country's water resources.
Quite honestly, if you bear in mind that water is a source of life, if you bear in mind that people like us, people in Lagos, people in the Niger Delta are surrounded by water, and if the government is now saying, after one attempt after the other, trying to bring this bill back in through the back door, if you like, is it that when the water that I get from my borehole is going to belong to the federal government? What I mean, I don't really understand. It is wicked. It is unacceptable. It's a backdoor way of claiming land, of taking Ruga to the next stage, and it must be resisted by Nigerians, because otherwise we will soon have a situation where we're going to have the air that we breathe under bill from the federal government. It is absolutely unacceptable. There is no point in even discussing the legalities or illegalities of it, because we may not have the time to do that on your news item. But one thing is very clear: it is totally unacceptable. I'm from a riverine area. Is the government telling me that the water in my grandfather's well belongs to them? What is this? Where are we going? What is the government claiming? Is the government claiming the very life that is in us?
All right, that's okay. All right, Akio, let's get you on the hike of the fuel price. At the moment, the presidency has broken its silence, and they're saying that posterity will be kind, or posterity will be kind to the president for actually ending the corruption embedded in subsidies. This is the second time in a matter of months that the price of fuel, or pump price of fuel in Nigeria, has actually been hiked. What's your take about what is happening right now and the response of the presidency?
I'm very grateful to God that I was alive in 2012, and I'm still alive to find myself discussing this. We all saw what happened at Occupy Nigeria, and at that time we all know the price of petrol was under I think 70 naira, and the price of the dollar at that time was definitely not above 145 naira to the dollar. And the president himself was amongst the people that demonstrated to Occupy Nigeria and made it very clear in some of his broadcasts that we can still access that there is nothing like fuel subsidy, and that fuel subsidy is corruption, and that obviously Jonathan wanting to remove fuel subsidy. Now, we find ourselves in a situation where during the campaign of this government, one of the things, or some of the things, this being amongst it, is the fact that the refineries will immediately come back on board. Today, none of the refineries are working, and on top of that, we have the dollar at 4.35, and we have fuel pump price over 145 naira, and this is the time that the subsidy is being removed. So basically, the president, as a matter of fact, in my opinion, instead of giving him kudos, should actually apologize to the people of Nigeria for the position he took against the government of Goodluck Jonathan at the time, when if we had removed the subsidy, we would definitely not be where we are today. You see, you can't if you tell lies and if you do things not truthfully, it will come back and bite you somewhere. And this is what is happening. And in a way, I think that it serves Nigerians right. I say Nigerians, I exclude myself, because I definitely was in support of the removal of fuel subsidy, even before 2012, because I said and I knew that there was something wrong in a situation where government is subsidizing very few people. The majority of the people don't actually benefit from the subsidy of the fuel. How many people get to buy petrol on a daily basis?
Let me come in there, Ankyo.
Yeah.
Well, I was listening to Rawani, who is a member of the Economic Council, advises the president, and it looked to me like this was an advice by that economic team. The former emir of Kano, here on our station, also spoke volumes about the need to remove this subsidy so that money can be plowed back for some other purposes. There's also the issue of this being necessary to attract foreign investments, which will in turn encourage FDIs, foreign investments, of course. So it's looking like the argument is that this was a necessary thing for the government to do.
So are we saying that in 2012 it was not a necessary thing?
This is 2020. That's 8 years on. Many waters have passed under the bridge. We have COVID-19. We have the oil DPing. So many waters have. So I don't think it would be right to begin to compare 2012 and 8 years on.
Okay, fine. So I will put you on notice that next time this government compares their activities to the activities that started in 2011, you should also remind them. So accepting your argument, but not conceding my own. It's
not my argument. I'm just saying that people. The former emir of Kano spoke on our television station, and there's
fine. He's former emir of Kano. I am Briggs. Yeah. I am buying fuel. My people are the producers of the crude. The bottom line is this: let Nigerians now speak for themselves. It's only a matter of time. We will see the benefits that will come to Nigerians that now have to pay 100 and something naira per liter or more.
160, 62 actually.
Pardon?
160, 62. 60 in some places, okay, 62 in some places.
All right, so 160 something. And if the subsidy is removed, I can only assume, not being the emir of Kano and not being an economist, I can assume that it will increase above the 162. We hope that it doesn't, but it will increase. So what I'm driving at, therefore, is that forgetting 2012, which is comfortable for some people, but it's fine, but forgetting it, today we are driving 2020. I'm saying to you that by December, we will see the bite that the government itself and the economic advising team will place, the bites that Nigerians will feel on the fuel, on the removal of the fuel subsidy. And really, I don't see how that will play out. But they are capable of arguing anything. And like I said, it is it serves Nigerians right at this time. If there is anybody complaining that the subsidy is removed, it serves them right. If there is anybody that is saying it is good that the subsidy is removed, we will see where this is taking us. I just read that the IMF and the World Bank is taking over the economy of Nigeria. I don't know how true that is.
We're not taking over the economy, but these were some of the, points they raised for foreign direct investment to come into the country.
Oh, okay. So, in that case, did they also suggest that the three refineries that have been built over the past how many decades, that they should actually be working? What Nigeria has done is Nigeria has abandoned all the three refineries and is now hoping on a private investor's refinery. this is just shameful, where a country will abandon its own assets and now depending on the economy that is going to be generated, or the profit that is going to be generated by one person who is so-called investing in a refinery, when Nigeria has three refineries. But I'm not an economist.
It's a very worrying situation. I recall at some point last year, Group MD of the NNPC, he came out to say, Milikiari, he came out to say that by 2023, he assures us that all refineries will be back up and running. So I hope he knows that Nigerians are definitely still holding him to that. But I mean, 10 trillion naira spent on fuel subsidy between 2006 and 2018. It's just an unfathomable amount of money, and something had to be done. But Mrs. Briggs, let me also ask you about the hike in electricity tariffs that Nigerians are to expect. What's your thoughts about that? Do you think it could have come maybe at a kinder time to Nigerians, or do you think that again is the fault of Nigerians?
Again, the hike in electricity, I may be stopped again and reminded that it's so many years on. But again, this government came on board with a massive promise of what the wonders they were going to do with electricity, and they failed woefully. And now they are actually charging Nigerians for what they are really incapable and unwilling to deliver. How do you charge people on tariff on any type of electricity when people don't have electricity? How are you charging us to pay for electricity that we are not getting? I'm not an economist, so I don't know how they charge it. All I know is that I am charged for electricity that I definitely am not using when I am running, like everybody else, when I'm running a generator from the biggest one to the I better pass my neighbor, depending on the condition of my pocket at the time. So the reality is that there is failure in the government that we have today, like other governments have failed one way or the other. This one is the government of today. It has failed. It should find a way to correct the things that it has done wrong without putting the burden of it on Nigerians. They owe us an apology because they have not done anything that they said they would do. Security, security, security. Today we're hearing, even the president is saying that he has tried his best in security. So he has tried his best in everything. 2023, NNPC says that everything will be up and running. There will be nothing up and running. They've run it down. And come 2023, thank God that the president himself and his government is leaving if we actually do have an election in 2023, because he cannot stay more than two tenures. But it has failed in a refinery, in subsidy removal, in electricity, in security, in every single way. That's my opinion.
All right, many thanks to you, Anki Briggs. We will be hoping that something, maybe a silver lining, actually appears in the very dark cloud that is going on right now in Nigeria. Thank you very much for your time here on Newsday.